What up, Salty Dog here, and I was just playing through Pathfinder Kingmaker, and it got me a little hyped for the sequel. So I'm just gonna go over all the info we have on the game currently. The game's gonna be called Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous. You might have seen the Kickstarter for it. It's set in the same world as Kingmaker, the first game. Although the second edition of Pathfinder has come out since the first game released, this second game will still use the first edition rule set with a few second edition additions. The only the only second edition addition that we know about currently is backgrounds. They will be included in this game. The new game will also have a turn-based mode, just part of the base game, not a mod or anything. They're actually basing the mechanics of it off the turn-based mod made for Kingmaker, which I think is pretty cool. The game will still be in Unity engine, but it'll be an updated version. So it's going to look a lot nicer. It should have a lot less bugs. Be easier to program and mod. Speaking of mods, there's actually going to be mod support for this game. So I'm very excited for the mods that'll kind of, come out of this, especially since there's going to be official mod support. It's going to be easier to program. It's going to be easier for a lot more people to get into it. So very excited that they're adding that. The central premise of the game is that a demon lord is invading the world. The demon lord's goal is to make this world, the world of Gorleon, part of his plane called the Abyss. The Abyss is basically hell. It's where all the demons are from. It has many layers, which are ruled by, individual and their own unique demon lords. We don't know what demon lord is attacking or anything like that. It's kind of like the general premise. But back to the plot. In order to push back the demons, there have been a lot of crusades, all unsuccessful. Now you are the Knight Commander in charge of the last crusade, so if you fail, the world is doomed. We still don't have an official release date yet, but Owlcat expects it to be out by mid to late 2021. So we still have a bit of a wait. The unique hook of this game is the mythic paths / powers. The first one, you were a king, you made decisions. This time, the hook is the mythic paths. There are 9 in total. 6 of the paths are chosen early in the game. And then there are 3 late game paths that are they sound kind of insane. The paths, they're more than just powers. They heavily affect the story and the crusade. There's a demon path. You can summon demons. So, your crusade army could have demons in it, as opposed as if you pick the angel path, then, your crusade army might have a lot more angels in it and stuff like that. The mythic paths, they kind of act as a secondary class. So you can level it up as you level up your main class. So I'm just going to go through the paths and what we know about them. So the first one, I already talked about it a little bit, Angel. They're holy warriors. Every single Mystic Pass has kind of a reference class that, they're going to play like this. So the Angel's kind of going to play the cleric / paladin. Every path has different casting mechanics, different spells. So the Angel, their casting increases the caster's level by angel level boosting non-mythic casting. They can summon angels, you can have wings, you get to heal, bolts of divine judgments. Angels are all about being good and just, killing demons. There's the Aeon, the cosmic judge of balance. Reference class, that'd be Inquisitor. Casting, they don't tell you. We don't know yet. Again, we are a year away from release, so we don't have too much information. But the Kickstarter trailer, they had this spell, and it looks like you suck an entire universe into a black hole. So, not sure what that's about, but, seems kind of cool. I don't know what you can summon, we just don't know yet. I guess some of the cool things about it is you have the ability to see people at the center of cosmic disruptions of balance. They can travel through rifts in time to correct the events in the past and reap the benefits, or fallout, and the presence. They're all about balance. They do time travel. They resolve paradoxes. Owlcat actually said they're like a time traveling fusion of Judge Dredd and Merlin. So that just seems very cool. They can look into souls. They know if people are guilty or not. Other path, Azada, basically like a superhero. The reference class is Bard. It has its own spell book. They're mostly like buffs and mind affecting. Don't know what you can summon. But you can have a Havoc Dragon companion that'll help in combat and interject itself into social conversations. Kind of like an extra companion. It doesn't start out large, but it grows to become bigger. Azados are kind of like all about nature, so occasionally you'll be followed by woodland creatures. Demons. This seems like a really interesting class. They're like super angry all the time. Their reference class is, of course, like the barbarian. We don't know about the casting mechanics yet. It can summon demons, of course. It is the demon path. A cool thing about it is like the demonic rage. It's a special sort of rage that stacks and blends with the barbarian's, rages. The more you activate it per day, the less control you will have over the character, like, during the rage. So, demonic rage will give access to demonic aspects. They give you aspects of the demons when you use it. The examples that we know of are the Brimarack, which gets flaming weapons, immunity to fire, and some other stuff, and the Shadow Demons, which, lets you attack, stealthy-like. You can also shape change into demons, and you get a cool set of horns. And then, of course, there's also the story aspect, because, you do have that demon rage, so you get to choose whether you control it or not, or you go, like, flying off the handle and, like, just kind of unleash it. The Lich, this is kind of like the evil path, I'd say. The reference class is Wizard. The casting aspect, adding the Lich level to your caster level. This will give you access to spells earlier and 10th level casting. You can also kill, like, the bosses in this game, and then take them on as your companions. You can make your armies undead. You can, like, summon skeletons. They do different things depending on the class you choose. So, very cool. And then another thing, like, you can become completely undead. And it'll change your appearance and portrait. And then some of your companions, they don't want to work for this evil dude. So that some of them, like, may even, like, flee. They won't join with you anymore. But so that's kind of where, like, recruiting your enemies comes in. I think it's very cool. That'll be a very, like, unique kind of playthrough. There's also the Trickster. This is kind of like, it's kind of like the class, like, they know they're playing, like, a game. Don't know much about it. Like, we don't know the casting. You can summon, like, Fae. A cool thing about this class is that you can actually re-roll dices, like, so you can change 1s to 20s. It's not really about, like, tricking other people. It's more about tricking the world. Like, when you roll a 1, you change it to a 20. Like, you get to see the roll before your eyes. Like, your character is tweaking the dice as if, like, they were actually, like, playing. So, we don't know too much about it, but it definitely seems kind of cool. There's the Legend. We don't know the reference class. To give, like, a 5-word summary, like, this is not, like, a normal person. This is, like, a legendary person. Like, you're going to be able to reject, like, the mythic powers and decide to only use, like, your mortal abilities. So it's like a rejection of the other paths. But you still get, like, powers and abilities, and there's an effect on the game story. So beyond that, we don't know much. That's, like, all the main ones. That's all 6 of them. So they all seem pretty cool. I feel like they each have their own unique story beats. Seems very cool and unique. In the game, there's also going to be mounted combat. That Kickstarter goal was reached. So anything you can do, like, on foot, you can do on your mount. You'll be able to name them. There's going to be different, like, types of animals you can ride. The mount's going to act as kind of like a meat shield, almost, because it'll die before you, like, when you're attacked. The Crusade mechanics, like that'll replace all the kingdom management stuff from the first game. And now you'll be able to control armies, recruit troops, tell them where to go. There's also going to be tactical battles, which seems really cool. Owlcat said the combat will be similar to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Unlike the companions being in charge of certain aspects of your kingdom in the first game, your companions will take the roles of strategist, general, diplomat, spy master, and then archmage slash archpriest. There's going to be 24 classes: alchemist, arcanist, bard, barbarian, blood rager, cavalier, cleric, druid, fighter, inquisitor, kineticist, magnus, monk, oracle, paladin, ranger, rogue, shaman, skald, slayer, sorcerer, war priest, witch, and wizard. And then each of them have their own like 3 unique subclasses. So that's all we really know about the game right now. It seems pretty cool. We're still a little bit away. So thanks for watching. If you like this, I can do videos like this on more games. Let me know. So that's been all. This is Salty Dog signing off.